It's time to post your week 2 DPE on your Behance page. Number one is to make sure that you did in fact get that profile set up from that last video. That's important because that's the only way I can actually get linked to your Behance page, and that's the only way that I can make sure to hold you accountable as if I'm unable to view it, if I'm unable to access it, then that can simply only mean that it is incomplete and I will have to mark you down for this grading period. So it's pretty important that I have access to it and you updated that profile. What this is ZIM. This is a kind of a teacher thing, so I know it's more teacher-centered than student, but this is one of the big things that our class is built around. The 3 parts of our education. What I want you to do, what you want to do, what you do well. Well, what we need to do, or what I would encourage you to do, is to try and get this circle to become larger. And if you think about that, that might feel backwards because a lot of people think they want to make this one bigger, or obviously this class is about making this one bigger. But what I'm suggesting is that you try and get me to allow you to do more of what you want to do. So when you have something over here, you know, the fun stuff that you do after school, your life, your hobbies, well, they may not tie into what I want at all. But a lot of times you'll have stuff that falls somewhere right in here. And if that's the case, talk to me about it. See if that's something that we can work into class, that you can leverage what you want to do so that I can include it in what I want you to do. Obviously, our ultimate is trying to work into the ZIM, the zone of intrinsic motivation. It's the place where you're highly motivated to do what you want, to do what I want, and to just plain do great work. Learning to leverage this, learn to extend what you do well. That's what we are doing in this class. Those things are going to help your ZIM improve, to increase, to get larger. So I want you to put some thought into this and comment on it in your DPE for this week. Obviously, in addition to that, I would like you to comment in your DP about what it is that you accomplished this week, what it is that you learned this week, and possibly what it is you created this week. You have 2 options for what to use for your cover image. You could certainly use this image right here. That's what the link will take you to. You can download it and put this as the cover image, crop it so that ZIM is obviously in the middle. Or you can use your own artwork, something that you created this week, and maybe throw this in underneath it. Either way, I want you to comment about ZIM this week and comment about your accomplishments, or rather, this would be for last week. Pardon my terminology there. For week 2, even though we are in week 3 now, what last week did you accomplish, get done, learn? On a side note, one thing that I've learned about Behance as they continue to evolve, change, and I learn more, is that all cover images must be 808 pixels by 632 pixels. And not to get into it, but that has something to do with Retina, as far as the screen display and what it can show at a high resolution. For this, though, this image will be plenty large. If you use one of your images, beware that they may not be large enough. If they are, fantastic. Go for it. You can put any sized image in your post. So feel free to include anything in there as well. Remember, title this Week 2, your second project that you've created. Some of you have already done a mastery post for your Illustrator learning that you guys are working on. So this might be your third, but either way, you should have a Week 01 and now a Week 02 DPE. Once you've completed that and make sure that your profiles are all updated and visible, then you may continue on.